What I wish I knew about businesses and how to build them before I started. Welcome along to Coffee with Claire today. And it's a bit of a different topic around building business and what mistakes I've made, what I wish I knew more about. And there are many things, but I'm going to keep it to three. So the first one is hiring before you're ready. This is a huge one for us at My Mortgage. It's so easy to keep putting this off and stress about where that revenue is coming from to cover the cost of a new person. But I think there's two ways that I like to think about this to make it feel better. The first is looking at the person's salary month by month rather than as a whole year. So let's say, for example, you're going to hire someone and you're going to pay them 50 grand a year, just for argument's sake, which is just under $1,000 a week. Let's say just under $4,000 a year, broad numbers, just to keep it easy. I think it's much easier to look at revenue goals month to month when you're building into something than it is to go, holy shit, I've got to drop 50 grand this year on a new person and hope that everything works. And I reckon that was the way that I looked at things in order to give me the confidence to hire my personal assistant, because I went, cool, I know that if I can hit X revenue goal, I can make this work, and I know that I can do more than that. So that's really, really positive, and it gives you that kind of confidence leap without looking at it over a whole year. Big revenue goal, bigger salary cost. So I think that's a key thing. And two, I think it's about going, what is my time worth and what could I achieve if I had more capacity and space, particularly for creativity and for solving bigger problems, say a change in strategy of the business or a change in product or a change in service, some bigger things that if you had the space to look at, you could start earlier. Then what kind of revenue gain could you get by actually having that done earlier, so hiring earlier. I also find in our business anyway, there's a bit of a competence curve. So you hire someone, there's quite a lot of resource involved in actually training that person, but then you get this huge increase in productivity and efficiency once they've learned. So you kind of like hire someone, it kind of goes across for a while, and then you get this curve upwards as they build competence and as the rest of the team aren't kind of training them anymore. So definitely a huge one. Hire people earlier and make sure that you plan for how your life is going to change by hiring that person. So have learnt that lesson several times. The other thing that I think is really important is to hire clever people for culture. Now, what I mean by that is I've made two great culture hires who haven't been competent enough in the things that they needed to be good at, and that wasn't the right fit. But I've also hired for competence and not for culture, and that's failed too. So you need clever people with the right culture fit, I think, to be successful in your role. So have they got transferable skills across what they've been doing to what you need them to do, or is it a similar role? And is that culture fit right? I think it's really easy to go, oh, that person already knows how to do it. But remember, they don't know your way of doing it. In our business, really common for people out of banks to come into advice firms, but remember that they only know the policy they've been working with. So they don't actually know exactly what to do in your business. So culture first, and then clever people who have transferable skills into the role that you need them to do. The third lesson is to never underestimate the power of good leadership and inspiration. So what I mean by that is, as a team grows and as our team has grown, we have really needed to double down on communication from a leadership perspective, as well as how are we inspiring our people to continue to do their roles in the way that they know how? So there's a real balance there between kind of getting out of their way and getting them to, do the things that they are really good at, but also making sure that there's enough touch point there that they feel really supported and they feel really valued. So never underestimate the power of, hey, John, you absolutely smashed it this week. I'm so proud of you. Really stoked to have you on my team. I think that every week I'm so grateful for these people who do such an amazing job in our business. And the more you can tell them, the more you can inspire them, the more that you can lead them, the better that those people are going to be as a team and the more that they're going to achieve together as well. Bonus lesson, something that just came to me, is to make sure that you give people roles that they are good at and try to really channel all of that work into that space. So in our business, the really obvious difference is advice versus really efficient administration and loan bank connection or management of loan applications with the bank. They're actually quite different skill sets. And when I first started at My Mortgage, we were a really small team, there's only 3 of us. I did a lot more of the latter and less of the former. And I wasn't that good at it. I was quite slow. And so over time, we've moved more of me doing things that I'm really good at, which is going and talking to people and giving advice, and less of what I'm not very good at, which is smashing through a bunch of work in the background and just really being efficient and getting great results. So what they're good at and how much of that can they do, obviously not overloading them, but just making sure that they're doing the most of that they can do, rather than trying to put people into spaces that they're not going to thrive in. So anyway, that's my business lesson for a Monday. Hey, if there's anything that's resonated, I would love to hear it. And have the most amazing week. If there's a small change that you can make in your business that maybe relates to any of these things, then please do have the confidence. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And until then, enjoy your week and enjoy your coffee.